I'm a family man. I've got two small girls. I've got Eve, who's 5, and Grace, who's 3. Now with Eve, it's been daddy-daughter relationship. She just loves me and shows it affectionately. With Grace, she's mummy's girl. And so developing a relationship with her has been interesting because I'm not competing against my wife, but it's just easier with her, with mummy than me. We know this, so we started working on it. We started doing things like I would get down to Grace's face and I'd show her that I wanted to help her. Like putting on her socks, I'd stop and say, get down, and I'd say, Grace, I love you. I'm your daddy. Let me help you put your socks on. So, an opportunity came up for us. We were on holidays and I was at my parents' place and my daughter, she gets a washer and she puts the washer on her finger. Within seconds it starts swelling up. And my wife found her with this washer on her finger, swelling up, and she looked at me and she said, this is a time for you to be the father. You take it to the hospital. But my brother-in-law, he's a fiery. He knows that that's what they do. They cut people out of cars, they cut people out of accidents. And when we got there, straight away the fireys are into it. They're like getting ring cutters and they're getting the cold ice packs and they're just trying everything, but it's a stainless steel washer. So they say to us, this is going to take some serious work. Come out into the back and there's a workshop there. What they work out is that they have to use a vise and a hacksaw. What they need me to do is get Grace's hand into the vise. I look at her and I say, Grace, Daddy loves you. You have to trust me. Just put your hand into the vise. And she does. We put the hand into the vise and they cut off one side of the ring. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. They had to do more. So they had to turn it over and then they had to cut the other side. Once again, Grace has to put her hand into the vise. And again, I have to look at her and say, Grace, I love you, but you have to trust me. You don't want to live like this, Grace. You could live with this washer on your finger, but it won't be a good life. So you have to trust me. And we got it off. All of us are going to have a time in our life where we realise we've put the washer onto our finger. All of us are going to have a time where we fall and we need someone to catch us. My daughter taught me something that day. We all have things in our lives and some things we need to cut, but we can't do it without the Father's help.